Live, local. This is the award-winning News Watch.
Without more space, a local shelter will have to keep turning people away. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Braden Harp.
And I'm Savannah Tomei. The Public Action to Deliver Shelter, or PADS, is a place in Mattoon where men, women, and children can go for a warm meal and a place to sleep every night. But with the number of people needing help, the organization needs to expand, but they've run out of space. As
News Watch's Jessica Dixon reports, recent attempts at expansion haven't been successful. She joins us live in the studio with more. Good evening, Jessica.
Good evening, Braden. Earlier this week, the PADS board went before the Mattoon Planning Commission asking to expand on some property they found in the western part of the city. But as PADS director Paul Rylett says, the commission voted unanimously no, saying that area was already part of other city plans. Rylett tells me that won't slow their desire of finding a bigger place to call home.
There's no privacy, and then also just in our sleeping area there's just not a lot of room, so there's a desperate need for that. And then we're also now trying to move towards becoming more of a transitional facility and keeping our facility open 24 hours a day.
Providing more than just a warm bed and a hot meal to many in the area, PADS also helps people get back on their feet. But Mattoon PADS Executive Director Paul Rylett is planning more for this small organization, and many of those plans can't take place without a bigger building.
We've recently installed a day program where we use different organizations such as the library, Fit to Serve, which is another nonprofit, and we provide classes and meaningful things for people to do during the day. But unfortunately, due to not having the space, a lot of them have to happen in other areas and people still have to walk around. So it is difficult.
But finding a property to meet their needs and their budget is a top priority. Their building can house 16 people a night, but he says they've had to turn away from 150 people from their shelter this year alone. And with this being the only shelter of its kind in East Central Illinois, Rylett believes the time is now to expand.
It's like 1,200 square feet, something like that. Yeah, it's very, very small.
Rylett says here was where they were looking to use that special permit at the corner of 27th and Broadway. Rylett also told me that while this property wasn't ideal for either PADS or the city of Mattoon, it was what was most affordable.
It would allow us to do it quickly and in an area that we thought was further, a little bit outside of town, but we were still close enough that it was still accessible. So mainly the price was a big selling point for us.
Rylett says while this location didn't work out, the Mattoon Planning Commission does plan to help the organization find another property. Rylett says it costs about $10,000 to run the organization every month. When the expansion happens, PADS will also look at expanding the number of employees. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Jessica Dixon. Braden, over to you.